Hi everyone, Sandeep here from BAMTalks. Today we'll be talking to Jusi to carry on from the mini-series on careers. So hey Jusi.
Hey, how's it going, Sandeep? You're right.
Good, all well, thank you. So today we'll be talking to you a little bit about your career. So what exactly is it you do?
So for about 3 4 years, I've been working in marketing,
Mhm.
and as a side job, I'm also a DJ part time as well for Asian weddings and events.
Cool. So how did you kind of get into DJing? How did your family react and things like that?
Well, with DJing, it kind of is quite a long story, I guess anyway, because probably say I got into DJing ever since I was about probably say about 14 15 years old.
Mhm.
And I was just, quite renowned in my family and friends for being the person who was up to date with the latest music and stuff. So whenever we had family or guests come around, they were like, "Oh, you know what, Jesse? Could you make us a CD with the latest tracks?" And I'd jump at the opportunity because I was someone who was into my music, quite well. Not just Bhangra music, also R&B and top 40 music as well. So from then, like just being renowned as that person within my family and my friends and social circle, I kind of wanted to take that little leap into learning how to mix, learning how to DJ, and it all stemmed from a conversation I had when I was about 17. And I was at college, and my friend in my class, he mentioned to me that he had these decks that he had used once or twice and he was looking to sell.
Yeah.
And I bought it from him. And then from then I was just sort of practicing in my room. I was showing my brother like how I would mix. And then from then I was just being just sort of they call it a bedroom DJ. So bedroom DJ, just DJing in my room really. That's kind of the term used.
Yeah.
I make little videos to show my friends and my brother, and that kind of just spiraled up for a few years, up until when I was about 21, and I just finished university. I just graduated. This was back in 2016,
Mhm.
and I kind of just wanted to take that little leap into to be able to do weddings and parties and juggle parties and things like that. So from then I started to shadow other people
Yeah.
at other parties when I moved back to Coventry from university. And from then, just shadowing people, I kind of wanted to be able to be on stage and perform. That was
Mhm.
my main aim, was to be able to perform. So from then, I kind of joined another roadshow for about a year. In terms of time spec, we're now in 2017, just at the start of 2017.
Mhm.
And I started DJing with this roadshow for a whole year. And they were just, putting me right on stage, and I was learning to DJ. And then from then, I started to be able to mic and host my own shows as well.
Yeah.
And then from then, during 2017, I kind of just saw DJing as a hobby. DJing as a hobby because I love to DJ. It's something that as I mentioned, just something that I love to do, and just something just to do in my spare time.
Yeah.
Um, from then 2017, just DJing up and down Coventry, Birmingham, and Wolverhampton. So I was DJing quite frequently, and I started to get my own bookings and inquiries for people who want to book myself for their parties.
Mhm.
And then that's when we went into 2018 up until now, when I've joined another roadshow, which is also local to me, called Collective Music,
Mhm.
and that's where we are now. So I'm getting bookings, for people who want to book me for their parties. In terms of a reaction, I guess from a family and friends perspective, um, my family and friends have always been so supportive ever since day one. Me making all these little videos to show them and uploading it onto like Facebook and things like that, and Twitter. And I used to make little Snapchats back in the day when Snapchat used to be 10 seconds. I send it all to my brother and my cousins and stuff. So everyone has been so supportive from then up until now. And the journey for me has really only just begun. So, but yeah, it's been great so far.
That's really good. So you've kind of always had that kind of supportive network of people.
Yeah.
It's really, really good. I'm going to
Yeah.
ask you a bit of a tricky question. Do you
Okay.
think if you were a girl going on to pursue that, you would have received the same support?
I'd probably say I don't think I would, because I guess I'd probably say DJ industry is quite male dominated,
Mm-hmm.
and there's very few female DJs out there, which is a bit of a shame because I would probably see that both male and female could do the same job. And to be fair, there is quite a few female DJs out there that are getting regular show bookings. Just to name a few, there's someone called there's a girl from Caliber. There's another girl as well. I forgot what her name is. And she does quite a lot of like lady singing parties, and she also sings as well.
On Instagram too. Yeah.
Yeah, I completely forgot her name, but I've seen that there's a few other female DJs out there. But yeah, just to answer your question, I'd probably say if I was a female and stepping out into the industry, I'd probably say I wouldn't receive the same response, which is a shame.
Yeah. So I just asked that question because it's interesting to when I'm doing these interviews, what the
Yeah.
kind of girls are saying to me in comparison to what the boys are saying. So it's just notice.
Yeah. No.
Next question is,
Okay.
did you kind of receive any negativity or hate when you went into DJing, kind of online or in real life or anything like that?
I'll probably say, yeah, you know what, I do receive a bit of negativity whilst I'm, on this platform as a DJ. And it's a bit of a shame. And I think the negativity actually comes from fellow DJs. And that's, quite common in the industry that I'm in. And there's a few other DJs out there that have received negativity. But yeah, no, I have recently as well, which is a bit of a shame.
Yeah. That's comes with the package of social media, doesn't it?
Definitely, 100%.
But
Yeah.
I get what you mean. So one of the questions we had, what are you doing regarding DJing in isolation?
In isolation, to be honest, so I have always been offered the chance to showcase my skills on BBC Asian Network. My first feature was back in 2016, I think, 16 or 17. 2016 was my very first feature, and that's when they started to bring on the guest DJs or the upcoming DJs onto their show. And I did one, and then from then, like, they kept asking me to do loads of other features. And to be honest, because of my schedule, especially last year with DJing, from about May up until August, I was non-stop DJing. And from July up until from June up until the last week of August, I was DJing every single week, which was like a minimum of 2 or 3. So my schedule last year was really, really busy, and I do owe it to the BBC Asian Network to do these guest sets and features. So I managed to do 2 BBC Asian Network sets. One was for the Harpscore show, Love Friday Mix, and I did one the following week for AGD's Saturday afternoon show. So I put those 2 mixes out, and I also created a new Bhangra series. It's called Pure Bhangra. So basically, behind Pure Bhangra, my mindset behind it is no remixes, no mashups, no like mixing ZZ or Still Dre or anything like that. It's just back-to-back Bhangra tracks, because the way I see it, really, I'm going to be going out and DJing, and mostly I play Bhangra music. Obviously, when I do have birthday parties, even juggles and weddings or engagements, I do mix it up with R&B and English, but I'm predominantly a Bhangra DJ. So I just wanted to put that content out as well. So far, I've been a bit busy with my 9-to-5 job as well, so that's taken off a lot of my time. And I prefer to work on mixes and music on the weekend, because straight after work you don't really want to open up another laptop and start working on music and mixes. So I'd rather do that on the weekend. And I'm starting to work on a few different things in the meantime. but also as a side thing, and being a show DJ, I've had loads of 2020 bookings, so I've been liaising with my clients to rearrange those dates, or if I'm not free, then I refund them their money or whatever. And then I'm also getting 2021 bookings as well, so I'm trying to fit in 2020 bookings and 2021 bookings into my 2021 calendar. So it's been a bit of a headache for me to sort out, but I guess it's just just one of those things that I had to sort out. And I think a lot of DJs and people who are in the same field as me, everybody's having to sort it out.
Yeah, no, exactly. I think definitely as a whole, like the wedding industry's taken a massive hit.
Yeah, 100%. So, but I'm just glad that I've got a 9 to 5 job. Like, there's quite a few DJs out there, like AJD, for example, which isn't common knowledge, but he does it full time. Those people who do it full time, it's like a massive, huge hit for them. So I'm just glad I've got my 9 to 5 job as well to help me financially.
That's fair. So one of the other questions that we were asked to ask you was, how do you deal with the late gigs? Don't you get tired, and how do you keep your energy up?
Okay, with energy and tiredness, I don't know, to be fair to you. I think tiredness, I don't really get tired because it's like the adrenaline that comes with DJing. Like when I do my 9 to 5,
you're quite energetic though as well.
I know, exactly. Yeah, so literally. So I to be honest, with the energy that comes behind a gig, actually stems from the week prior. So if I have a gig on a Friday or Saturday, that's something that I have looked forward to, and that lets me power through my 9 to 5 as well, because I have that party to look forward to. And like you said as well, just that adrenaline on the day. So like, waking up and showering or whatever, getting your clothes ready, putting the decks in the car, meeting my audio visual guys at the party, or if I'm bringing my own audio visual. And it's just that whole rush behind the day. And then when obviously it comes to the day, being being the DJ and being the host and partying with people, it just keeps that energy going. And then after the party, like if I have a long drive, I do sometimes get tired, but that obviously is normal when I'm driving and traveling. But yeah, it's just the energy and adrenaline that comes with being a DJ that keeps my energy levels going.
Party every week, like
literally, yeah.
Too.
Yeah, I mean, so 2019, like as I mentioned, from back June up until August, I was DJing every single week. So summer 1, summer 2, and like I think on the bank holidays I had about 3. So it was crazy. 2019 was amazing for me personally. So I was hoping to bring that straight into 2020, but some things have just gotta wait. So
I mean, yeah, unfortunately we're all just gonna have to wait for that. So the last kind of question is, what's the most difficult thing about being a DJ, and then what's the most enjoyable thing about being a DJ?
Difficult thing, difficult thing is kind of like, probably say, dealing with some difficult clients, people who are like bartering with money or setups and things, or when it comes to the day and, for example, people aren't dancing much, and bringing them up onto the dance floor and keeping them there is a bit of a struggle sometimes. Sometimes I feel like if a party is mostly female dominated, because obviously sometimes the females would dance for a bit and then they will sit down, and usually that's when the lads come up. If it's mostly female dominated, that can make for a trickier party, but that's only sometimes. Sometimes when I'm DJ with loads of females, I did a kind of like a public event last year, and it was all ladies event, literally all ladies, and they dance from start to finish. So this is, anybody who's watching, this is only sometimes. But yeah, sometimes it can make it a little bit tricky. Yeah, I think that's probably just the difficult part sometimes, bringing people up onto the dance floor and keeping them there and keeping that energy level going with the music. Because at the end of the day, where I've been to parties where they've danced from start to finish, I can do the exact same set. So it's down to the to the people who are having the party.
You know, the whole at the end of the night when everybody's like, one last song. How do you actually deal with that as a DJ to like shut it down? Like, no, only play until now.
I mean, there's a few tricks behind it. I don't know. Like sometimes when you can play, you can say, this is gonna be the last song, and even if it's not the last song, you say it's gonna be the last song, and then you wait for them to say, oh, can you play one last song? Then I'll play like say 2 or 3 songs.
Yeah.
To make up for that one last song.
Mm-hmm.
And that way they'll just leave you alone, because then you can say, well, I've already just played 2 or 3 last songs. There's no need for you to ask for one more song. But at the end of the day, when everyone's, when you go to parties, and let's say, for example, alcoholic drinks are available, people can just be difficult anyway. And to be honest, you just have to deal with it. You have to you just have to deal with the previous question as well, when you said about the most enjoyable thing is, as cringy and cliche as it sounds, as a DJ and being part of people's special day, is the greatest thing for me, because at the end of the day, when I'm DJing and I see people having a good time, and they're making memories and they're all having photos together, and when people are crying, happy crying, it's quite a nice thing for myself as a DJ, because that's my duty, is to make people's special day. So, and even when I was learning to DJ and I saw other DJs about how they came across, and they came across quite unprofessional, or just saw it as another payday, or just saw it as an opportunity to have a few drinks. Or bring their mates along and have a few drinks. It's not the right attitude to have. So my main aim is to make people have a good time. And I enjoy that feeling when people relay that feedback to me, or start or having a good time, and sometimes crying and stuff as well. So it's a nice feeling for me.
No, that's cute. Wow. Thank you very much for having a chat with us about your career. It's really interesting to see what everybody's careers are and if they're kind of expected or not. And that's been really, really eye-opening, actually. So thank you for speaking to us about it, and we'll speak to you soon, okay?
Thank you, Sandy. Thank you.